God has given us weapons, spiritual weapons, to fight the battles of the flesh in this world. Now, the people who serve the enemy, they know that they have weapons that the enemy has given to them. But Christians, some of the Christians don't know that they have weapons that God has given them through the Holy Spirit. And so one of the greatest weapons that we have is fasting and praying. And so I'm going to give you a little testimony about what has happened to me recently. I actually made a video not too long ago, like maybe last week, about how I really felt like I had given up everything to the Father. And I wasn't holding on to anything, but if that there was anything, I wanted him to show me. And so he did start talking to me in my spirit after that about fasting. And I was like telling him in the spirit, like, I don't even want to hear about this right now. You know, like I was cutting him off because I didn't want to hear it. Because food is all I have left to cope. You know, so I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking. So when I am stressed, I will turn into a wild boar and consume everything I'm gonna eat to keep myself regulated. But he kept showing me that I needed to start fasting just over the span of a couple of days, and just through like various studies that I would pick up and listen to, if there would be fasting incorporated into it somehow. And so I told him, Father, if you want me to fast and pray, you're gonna have to help me, because I am terrified of fasting the way that I think you want me to fast. You know, like I can do a juice fast, you know, I can fast from things and have like a fruit-based diet, but I'm, you know, not comfortable with fasting the way that he wants me to fast. I've never been. And some people will even do a dry fast. You know, that really scared me. And so anyway, a situation came up in which I felt like God was like, now, we're gonna do it right now. Fast and pray now. And so I did, and he helped me, and it wasn't hard. Now, I did feel the hunger pains throughout the day, and each time I felt that, it was a beautiful reminder of why I was not eating. And then I would begin praying for this person. And so now I feel the call to like fast every day, at least for a little while, so that whatever I need to be praying for has more power. And so it's not hard for me at all, because I asked the Father to help me, and he has. And so like, I feel like I need to ask the Father each time before I go to eat something to see if it's a good time for me to eat or not, or is something going to come up that I'm going to need to pray for, that I've already been fasting preemptively for. And I am stoked about it, guys. I am loving this. And I want to just encourage you, because Jesus told us that we would do greater works than he did. And so how do we do that? I believe that we do that through fasting and prayer, coupling those things together. So don't forget that you have this. Don't be afraid of it. Just ask Holy Spirit to help you. Shalom.
But hearing his voice, I started sobbing, and I couldn't hold back my tears because I could feel his holiness. I could feel how holy he was, and I don't know how to explain that. I could feel how sinful I was. I could feel like wherever he was coming from, like it was like a really holy place. And the whole time he's speaking to me, I'm sobbing, you know, and he was like, he told me some things. He told me that this thing that was coming after me, I had to go on a fast in order to break free from it. I think he said like it was trying to kill me, but I don't want to like put words in his mouth, you know, but pretty much it was going to be really bad if I didn't go on a fast. And he gave me a detailed fast. He told me that I needed to go 3 days with no food or water, and then 4 days with water only. He even said, like, you need to start at exactly midnight because it makes it more powerful. And he was like, this is bigger than this, just you. Like, somehow this is affecting more. Like, I needed to make it out of this, I think, to help others or something. And then he told me that that the heavenly hosts found me offensive. At the time, I didn't even know heavenly hosts were angels. I thought it was just like everybody in heaven, but come to find out that heavenly hosts are angels, you know, and that at the end times, they are going to find all the offensive things and cast them into the pit. I'd never even done a fast before. And I'm sitting here doing this hard, dry fast. And, you know, I thought I was going to die during it. Like, I felt so sick and my head was pounding. But the only thing that kept me going when I was like, I know that he told me that if I don't do this, it's going to be really bad and that other people are depending on me. So I just kept doing it. By the end of the week, all the activity that had been going on around me nonstop for months has ceased. I had somebody come up to me that I had known for like a long time ago or a couple years before, that needed my help. So I was able to like go stay at her house and get out of like my creepy apartment there. I was all by myself. Like it was such like a God, like that week that my whole life shifted 180 degrees. Now that has been 2021 that I think that happened. Now since then, I have done so many fasts since then, all different kinds of fasts. I have been set free from every addiction. It was a fight to stay sober, but now I don't want it anymore. Like I even do health hospice care. I'm around morphine and all these like things all the time, and I don't want any of them. You know, I'm so like a different person on the inside. I've audibly heard chains break 3 times. Like the first 2 times I didn't even know what was happening, but I heard it like, you hear the links fall, and I was like, what is that? And then I was watching some YouTube video and I hear chains breaking, and I was like, hey, I know that's happened to me, you know? And so I've really gotten to like deliverance, and I've studied a lot about deliverance and stuff like that. I feel like that's like what I'm called to, really. But like, long story short, I guess that's my testimony. I just went through all that stuff, and yeah, I guess like the fast changed my life, and I feel like the need to tell people about it. I feel like I'm meant to share it with other people, that because when I was going through that, I was like so alone. I felt like nobody believed me. I didn't, you know, and I was like, if there would have been one person that would have had this kind of information, what I did, I think I had an angel tell me, you know, but now I just hope to be that for other people, that maybe they need that, like that crazy fast, that crazy thing to break them out of something that everybody thinks they're crazy.